Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here for another quick play with those amazing stamps that I was sent by the lovely Christina. I did give details in my last video of where you can pick the stamps up from. They were these beautiful stamps. I'll just quickly show you again so that you know, see the stamps if you didn't see it before. And they are from a shop called Laser and Leather Craft. That is on Etsy. Laser and Leather Craft. And it's a unique rubber stamps and engraved products shop. These are the beautiful stamps that I was sent by the lovely Christina, who got in touch and, you know, offered me some of them. So yeah, let's get playing with what we stamped off. So we did a variety of them in the last video. Oops, we didn't use that. And we did a few embossed ones and we did a few, you know, non-embossed ones. So I just thought that we'd come on and have a bit of a play with some of those pieces. So I've got some bits and bits. Oh, and we also did this background, you know, which would be like a background for a journal card or something. I mean, how scrumptious is that? I mean, personally, I think that's just gorgeous, you know, with nothing else even on it. I mean, of course, when I come to use it, I will put some other stuff on it. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it really needs it. I think it looks absolutely yummy, just exactly how it is. Oh, please excuse that. It's my nephew, and I say this all the time, but him and my daughter, they just kind of text each other or, you know, do this kind of messaging thing with each other all the time. And let me just clear it. Hold on. I'm so sorry. It just, yeah, it's very annoying. I don't know quite how to stop it doing that. But yes, it goes on all day. So, yeah, I do apologise. Right, I was looking for something to back my journal card, wasn't I? Let's try and find something neutral to back that onto. Oh, I mean, this is very, very yellow, I have to say. Oh, well, does it matter? Not really. Okay, let's just back it onto there. Now, this was using that photo mat paper. I was lucky enough to pick up a whole bunch of these photo mats from, not photo mats, but, you know, photo quality paper in 4x6 size recently at a car boot sale. So that's what I have used for this. And yeah, I had inked it, you know, with the distress inks in a previous video, and I then obviously embossed it with some of these beautiful stamps in a more recent video. So I'm just literally backing it onto here for a journal card. So this is just some fly sheet from a book, a vintage book. So sorry. So some fly sheet from a vintage book, just so as I've got something a bit thicker to work with for that journaling card. So I'm going to leave this one to dry for a few moments, and we'll, you know, we'll work on something else while we're waiting for that to dry. So what else have I got? Right, I've got this piece, which again, I've kind of pulled these in for a recent video, and then, you know, I haven't got around to actually finishing them. So this is just some scrapbook paper, and I thought that we could do some sort of, oh, I'm just having a look to see which bits I might like. Some sort of belly band from here. So I'm just going to tear this piece out. So this is an embossed, you know, version of the stamp, or one of the stamps. So it's been gold embossed. Looks absolutely gorgeous, doesn't it? Hopefully you can see that. So I will ink it up. I'll just ink that on the edges here. I have to say, not quite sure now about this piece here that was going to go on there. Thinking it would look better without that. So I have got some vintage newsprint, which might be better. And then I'm thinking, oh, what am I thinking? I mean, to be honest, that's really nice being the star of the show, as it were, really. Let me just cut out one of these big bows and see what that would look like. you know, leaving that piece as the star of the show. Don't know yet. So let's just cut that out. You know, because that stamped piece just is so gorgeous just on its own. I don't really necessarily think it needs something else, you know, kind of overtaking it. It just looks gorgeous as it is, doesn't it? Let's just cut this out. Yeah, I really do love these stamps, I have to say. They're so my type of thing. Really lovely. And I mean, they just seem such gorgeous quality. You know, they're very, very fine detail or intricate detail with that lettering and all of that. And they just come out so wonderfully. You know, which must be very hard to achieve with stamps, to get such delicate pattern and, you know, fine pattern. But they've definitely achieved it here. It's wonderful. Really, really wonderful. The patterns that they've achieved there. I mean, to be honest, I think that looks quite nice, you know, just even like that. Have got this. I'm just wondering, oh, perhaps I'll have it like that. So I'm just grabbing things that are just laying around on my desk, to be perfectly honest. I mean, it's always great to get rid of some scraps, isn't it? So let's just pop that down. Okay, pop that down there. Okay, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Like that. Yeah, I think this looks quite nice on there. Just, you know, just to add another element, really. So, I mean, sometimes I quite like just doing that sort of mindless layering where, you know, it's layering but for no apparent reason other than just to, you know, to add some extra detail. And that's just all this is doing, isn't it? Just going to check that, whoops, check we're going to have enough of it showing. So, yeah, let's just move it over slightly. Dab out that excess glue. Okay. Like that. Okay. And then we can have this one here. Like that. Oh, I mean, how lovely is that? Oh my gosh, how gorgeous does that look? And to be honest, sorry, so sorry, for some reason, when that call came through, it actually cut me off. So, I mean, probably I cut it off if the truth be known, but yeah, I do apologise for that. Yeah, how lovely does this one look? You know, it's just kind of, that stamp is, you know, the main focal point, but wow, how awesome does it look? Just gorgeous, isn't it? I mean, it really doesn't barely need anything else. So I'm just going to hot glue this down again, just for speed, and also because this is on that buff colour card, it's quite thick, so it's going to be a little bit, you know, wanting to lift if it's glued with something quite thin. Not thin, but you know, like the wet glue, it will keep wanting to lift. So to just kind of press it down quickly, you know, it's helpful with the hot glue. And I'm going to just hot glue the bow as well, like that. And I will just not press the bow down too much. So hopefully we've got a bit of a raised effect there with the bow. Okay. Oh, that's absolutely scrumptious, isn't it? And then, I mean, I really like roughing the edges up, as you know. So I will just go around the edges, she says. Where have my scissors gone? Oops. Don't know what I've done with my scissors since 2 seconds ago. Oops, maybe I've put them in my drawer. Yep, there they are, in the drawer. And actually for this piece, I've got some of that Little Brian paint sticks, which I've purchased recently after seeing Joey DeFee use them. And there's a gold in there. I'm wondering whether I could go around the edge with a bit of that gold to really like lift this out, you know, lift it out of itself and make it look a bit more kind of scrumptious and sumptuous. So let's just ink that up like that. Okay. Oh, I mean, that piece just looks so lovely, to be honest. I really, really, really love it. And then I've got a bit of lace here. So I'm just going to put that lace up at the top. Actually, I've just thought, I have got my Inca Gold. Do I want Inca Gold? Do you know, I'm going to use those little Brian paints. Because otherwise I feel like, oh, I might not use them enough. So let me just grab them. I've just put them out of my way. They're over in my cupboard. So I'm just grabbing those. And yeah, we will try those. So these are those metallic paint sticks. Like I say, I bought these after seeing Joey DeFee use hers. And I've only played with them once so far. So I'm trying to be a bit better at, you know, if I've bought something, make sure I use it. So can you see that? I mean, this is quite painty, if you see what I mean. Oh, perhaps I could just go around the edge and then smudge it. Might be better. Yeah, that's working better. Oh, these are lovely. This was how I actually originally saw Joey using these. I've seen her use it in other ways now since then. But originally I had seen her just kind of going round edges on some pieces with these. Oh, they're lovely. That looks lovely. Okay, so that's probably enough with the gold, to be honest. Don't want it too smothered. You know, it could be too much of a good thing there. Okay, I wonder if you can buy these glue sticks individually, because I can see that I would possibly use that gold one really often, but you know, maybe not so much the other colours. So I'm wondering if you could use, or if you can buy these individually. Because if you could, you know, I think it would be worth buying like a bunch in gold, but not necessarily in the other colours. Oh, that is absolutely gorgeous. What do you guys think? I love it. Absolutely love it. Oh, yummy, yummy. Let's just try a bit of bling, because, wow, why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we have a bit of bling on there? Let's just see. Oh, I love it. I mean, to be honest, you know, I'm thinking maybe it doesn't even need bling. What do you think? Or maybe it needs a shorter piece, because maybe that's a bit on the big side. Oh, yeah, maybe just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. Whoops. I must try and get some more of that bling. That instead of the black background, it's got the gold background. You can get two different types. You can get one that's gold with gold centers, and you can get one that's gold with silver centers. So more like this. The gold with the silver centers is really beautiful. I have to say, I've only seen it in the shops one time. But yeah, I might have a look online for it, because it was really nice. Oh, I love that. That is scrumptious. Right. Okay, that's one. So I also brought along some of those envelopes that we recently did. So we recently made these with the vellum pockets. Let me just turn this paper over so I don't get that gold on there. Honestly, I'm so messy. It's likely to be smudged around before I know it. Right. Wondering. Right, let me just tear this down. Okay. Oh my goodness, that's so yummy. Oh, now I don't know which side to use it. Right, let me just tear this down. Wondering whether I should edge this with some of that gold. You know, from that little gold paint stick. What do we think? Or do we think that's going to be too much gold? Can you have too much gold? You know, that's the question. Can we have too much gold? Right, actually, before I do it, let's just see how it looks on there. Oh, what a wally. Honestly, I still had the lid on. Did you see that? So that's how it would look if the edge was gold as well. Or we can maybe edge the envelope with gold. I mean, that is very, very, very pretty, isn't it? I don't know whether that's quite the right piece for that envelope, it's got to be said, because this envelope is not necessarily blue enough. yeah, it's not necessarily blue enough. So now I'm thinking, oops, backtrack. Let me just grab in a buff coloured envelope. I mean, I love using buff coloured envelopes. Oh my goodness, how scrumptious is that? Just even on the flap. I love how that looks. Really, really love how that looks. Now, the only thing is, it's not particularly thick. Oh, this is so gorgeous. As I have it kind of here. I mean, it's a little bit lost on there. It possibly could do with being kind of a bit bigger. Oh, what if we have some book page behind it? Let's see what book page I've got. I love the colour of that blue with the gold on that buff kind of envelope. I know they're not really called buff colour envelopes, but that's what I always just refer to them as. So, yeah. Oh my goodness. How scrumptious is that? Oh, I'm loving that. Right, okay. Let's glue this down. Oh. Feel really like excited by this one now. Because it looks just absolutely gorgeous. Like, you know, I've not even put anything else on there yet, but already I'm loving it. I think it just looks so yummy already. Okay, right. Spread that out. Okay, probably could do with spreading it with my glue spreader. Oh my gosh. I'll just wiped that glue all around the whole envelope. Oh well, let's just smoosh that off. How gorgeous is that? I mean, seriously, really, really, really lovely, isn't it? Right, so then I'm thinking in the background, put some stamping on. Ooh, could have one of those stamps from the set saying vintage. That's really, really nice. Now, what colour shall I use for the stamping? Are we thinking teal? I could do the teal, couldn't I? What did that look like? Because I think we did stamp that on something. What did we stamp it on? Oh, I think we stamped it on here. Hang on. So, yeah, I could do the stamping in teal. That might be quite nice. I was going to go for black, obviously, you know, as usual. But actually, I think maybe go with the teal. Let's just be daring and do some stuff different to how we'd normally do it. So, yeah, let's stamp the word vintage across here. Whoops. So, yeah, put it there. Oh, barely looks teal at all, and actually the only bit that looks teal is the bit on the book page, which that's now a little bit on the weird side. So yeah, kind of wishing I hadn't done that really, but never mind. So now I've done that, I just think go with it. Don't try and now change it, because that will just, you know, ruin it even more. So I think just go with that now. So I think what I'll do is do a little bit of stamping. Let me move that out of the way before I muck it up a bit. Okay. So do a bit more stamping in the teal, just kind of dotted around a bit. Okay, kind of like off to the edges, like that. There. And maybe a little bit up here. Maybe down the side. Okay. I mean, I'm not too worried, to be honest. It's, you know, it's fine. Did I stamp anything else with that gold? Yeah, I did. Right, let's just tear this one down. Yeah, I can't tell you how much I love this teal colour with the gold and that sort of craft coloured envelope. That's, I think, the official term, isn't it? Craft coloured envelope. Thinking actually I'll put this on the back, because then I can, yeah, have something on the back of it as well in that same sort of shade. So yeah, loving that. Now, do we just want some script? Maybe just in black. So yeah, let's get my black stays on. Just do a bit of script here. Again, just kind of dotted around. I mean, actually, that black looks barely any different. Oh, you know why? Because it is in the teal. Oh, what a wally, honestly. I thought, well, that's really weird because that black just looks the same as the teal. And I thought, well, I'd already said that that teal didn't look particularly tealish, if you see what I mean. Little did I know that I was actually dipping into the teal. So, of course, it didn't really look very different because it was, in fact, the same one. Honestly, what a wally. What a wally. Right, let's just do a bit more of those lovely French stamps. So let's just have one there. Okay, and have that word vintage again. There. Okay, so I mean, you know, yeah. Right, let's get the lid on that teal before I use it for anything else. You know, all the time it's sat there, it's kind of in danger, isn't it, of me grabbing it and then claiming that it looks like something else. Right, there is my black. It was underneath there all along. So I'm just going to pull that one in. And I think maybe do... what do I want to do? Thinking possibly some sort of... you know, some sort of just swirly. Yeah, I mean, I always love the swirls, as you know. So let's just grab this one and do a little bit of swirly stamp. I think I could do with ordering a new black stays on, I have to say. Okay. I mean, I find they use, you know, they work or they last quite well. But I do use mine a fair amount. So, you know, it's, yeah, probably been in use for quite a while now. So I'm thinking time for a new one. Okay. Oh, look how yummy that looks, just coming out around that vintage, you know, word. Okay, and then just a bit down there. Down in that corner. And just have some here. Up there. Right. Okay, what are we thinking? Looking good. Right, covered in all sorts of stuff now. So, yeah, apologies for the state of my hands now. Right, let's ink that envelope up and hopefully go quite sort of grungy with it. Like that. I mean, obviously it is craft coloured, so, I mean, it's, you know, not going to really do that much to the envelope itself, if you see what I mean. But just kind of around those edges, get some on there so it's looking a bit more discoloured. And obviously around that book page. And then around the back. Like that. And around here. So and around that flap. On the inside of the flap. I don't very often, or I don't think I've ever really stamped on the inside of the envelope. And actually now I'm wondering why. Because to be honest, you do see the inside. So, you know, would that not make sense to actually stamp inside of it? Probably would, wouldn't it? It's just never really occurred to me before. And yeah, I'm now kind of thinking, actually, why don't I ever do that? Might have to do a little bit of stamping in there. So let's again just get that black. And perhaps we'll just have, yeah, perhaps we'll just have this one a little bit here. So what I might do is just stamp it here off to the side. Just like that. Just so that when you open that flap, it's not so, you know, so boring. Yeah, like how that looks. Right, now I'm wondering, just to make it even more kind of scrumptious and grungy and vintage, I'm thinking maybe a bit of brown. So using the timber brown here. Yeah, use the timber brown stays on. Thinking, take the pad itself and just go like more heavily around the edge of that envelope. So, you know, so it really kind of darkens up the edges of the envelope. And again, obviously on the back as well. So just going in there like that. Okay. And again on my flap there. pay a bit of extra attention there. And then again, probably here, you know, like on the inside. Otherwise, I feel like I do neglect the insides quite often, to be honest. Yeah, maybe I need to start paying a bit more attention to the insides. So I'll just go around there a little bit as well. Just kind of lining it with that book page so I'm not, you know, not getting it on there too much. Oh, I'm loving how that looks. Let's just bend this flap back because then I can get in on the crease here as well. Whoops. Honestly, dropping everything now. Right, okay. Oh, that looks so scrumptious. It looks really vintage, doesn't it? Yeah, really, really, really loving it. Okay, pop that down. So let's go back to the front. So we're going to have this on there. Now, it just happens I've got some... Oh, look, I was going to say I've got some teal ribbon. It's obviously been sat on my desk quite often getting burnt and things by the hot glue and inked on and things like that. So I have to say it's seen better days. It's not looking its best. But yeah, I was wondering whether we could kind of have a bit somewhere. Maybe down here. Yeah, maybe down there. Let me just have a look at my wax seals that I've got. Some ready done wax seals. See what I've got here. Oh, what about like that? That's quite nice, isn't it? What do we think? And then, of course, we're going to want some lace on there somewhere. So let's see what lace we've got. Just ink this up a bit. Going for really grungy on here. Can you tell? Can you tell? Is it looking grungy? Might not even be looking it, to be honest. Let's have a look. Oh, what have I done with my ink blender? Here it is. Oh, I don't know now. I thought that ribbon would look really good on there. I mean, to be honest, I really was kind of thinking, oh, good, that ribbon's been laying around on my desk for ages and I can use it up. Oh, I love the addition of that black flower. What do we think there? Oh, do you know what? Just suddenly thought, you know, now I've pulled something black in, which, as you know, I love pulling my black bits. I'm now thinking some black lace, perhaps behind here. What do we think? Let me just cut this out because it's hard to kind of see while it's such a big piece. So let's just, yeah, trim some of that down. Okay. Just trim it down here. Hang on a moment. Oh, gosh. Okay. Oh, I'm loving that. Yeah, loving that. Let me take that ribbon off. I don't think that's quite right. I wish I had some with some wax seals, and I'm just being really super lazy because I don't want to have to actually do another wax seal now. Got these brown ones. It's not quite right, is it? Do we like that on the black lace? What do we think? I do. I think I do. Got that black flower like that. I have got some black applique which we could use with that. So let me just pull in the black applique. Hold on. Okay, just getting that from under the table. I'm going to just cut it down so that it's ready to use rather than pull in the whole bunch. So hold on. Oops. Okay. Let's just cut around here. Oh, come on. Oops. And I'm thinking maybe put some gold around the edge of the envelope. What do we think? So we've got like a super glamorous envelope. I mean, again, this has not kind of gone exactly how I'd imagined either, but oh, now I'm wondering, could we have that like that? What about that? Let me stand up and look down. Do we like it with the black lace? I wish you guys were here and I could hear you. Yeah, I do. It's boring without it, isn't it? Just looks boring without it. Okay, right. Let's put some Fabri-Tac on here and glue it down onto the black lace in the first place. Okay. Like that. Okay, let's just squish that. Right. Mop the desk. Okay, and we're going to have that here. Now, do we want this up here, do we think? It's just a case of getting the elements in the right place, isn't it, sometimes? And, you know, sometimes that can be trickier than you think. Did we want any of the ivory lace as well? To be honest, there's no reason why not to, is there? Let me just ink this ivory lace up a bit more so it's even more scrumptious and vintage. So keep putting that inker back into the drawer, which is weird because normally nothing really makes it back into the drawer, to be honest. Right, let's just glue this down. So just use the Fabri-Tac, bit of glue on there. Okay, right, let's glue this down now. Okay. Okay. Like that, and get that popped down there, like that. Okay, love how that looks. So yeah, I'm thinking perhaps go round the edge of the envelope with some of the gold. That gold paint again. Just going to move this down slightly actually so it's not quite so under there. If you see what I mean. Might have to just glue that down a bit with the hot glue just so it's got a bit of a helping hand to keep it in place. Okay. Yep, looking good. Right, let's go round the edge a bit with some of the gold. And then just along here. Oh, loving how this looks. It's so pretty. Right, okay. Smoosh that in. And I might as well do the back now as well, just while we're, you know, whilst I've got that gold in my hands. So we'll just go, yeah, around just like that. I'm thinking I could probably wet this, to be honest, and, you know, kind of do it with some water. And maybe that would kind of blend in a bit better. I still need to play with these further. I haven't really kind of explored them particularly well, these paint sticks. So yeah, probably some of you might have them and you're probably thinking, gosh, she's not using those correctly at all. Okay. Right, so. Oh, I don't know whether I can have this. This might be better over the other side, to be honest. It might be better like here. Going to have some of this on here. I'm now thinking perhaps we should have had it there. Right, let's have it here. And let me just pull in a bit more of that book page. So I'm thinking could have some of the book page there. Maybe this here. Let's just see. Maybe that flower's a bit insignificant on there. What if we had a bigger flower? don't think that's quite right, is it? Which is such a shame because, I mean, that's not too bad, actually. Sometimes it's the things that you really don't expect, isn't it? That you think, actually, maybe that would work on there. And actually, that's quite nice on there. Oh, it's such a tough decision, honestly. I've got this very straggly lace, which I always love, just having a bit of straggly lace in places. So again, let me just tear off a little bit of this black lace, just in case we want to have any of this anywhere. Okay, oops. So I'm thinking, could we have this like poking out somewhere? Let me just see. Right, let me just get this book page stuck down, because otherwise all the time it's floating about, I keep moving it, either by accident or intentionally, but either way, not overly helpful. I'm better off once it's glued down and I can no longer move it anywhere. Just fixed in place then. Okay, let's ink that book page. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Right, and then this beautiful stamped piece. I mean, those stamps, they're just so yummy, aren't they? They really are scrumptious. Really, really scrumptious. Okay. So I'm just going to put that, I think, here. Like that. Oh, that's so pretty, isn't it? I definitely want something else turquoise here. I don't know quite what. So, right, let's just glue this down here. Let's put that down like that. Okay, and now let's just glue this one down. Okay. Right, I'm just using the fabric tack because obviously it is going partially over that fabric, so put that there like that. Okay. Might need to stick this lace down slightly more, but I don't mind it hanging out. So I'm just going to trim it around though, so it's not quite so wild on the edges. It's pretty wild at the moment. Yeah, that's just kind of tamed that down, or toned it down a bit. Okay, what do I want on that flap? I can't decide. Oh, let's see what else I've got in my applique here. So yeah, let's just cut these flowers off like individually now. And this is just some applique. I got this from eBay. I think I may have searched decorative collars or something like that, and it came up with those. But yeah, it's quite a nice one. It was like in a length of trim rather than a collar, if you see what I mean. But it's quite nice because you can just cut it down, you know, to the size that you want. So you've got quite a lot of different, you know, ways you can use it, which is, you know, is lovely, isn't it? I'm actually wondering whether I want to do a bit of embossing on the envelope. Do you know what I'm actually thinking is perhaps we should have one of these embossed somewhere. Oh, that would look really good. Now, do we want it in the turquoise? Should we do that? Yeah, let's go for that. Okay, right. Haven't really got much in the way of the dark turquoise left, although actually that's, no, it might just fit on there. Okay, let's just have a look. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Put all the embossing stuff away. So obviously now my mind's racing off, and yeah, not wanting to do it. I mean, to be honest, not that embossing is a big deal, but you know what it's like, you know, you're kind of in the zone for one thing and then you put that stuff away and it's like, oh, no, I've got to get that back out. I mean, really, it's no big deal. It was just on my shelf, but that's how lazy I can be, to be honest. Okay, I haven't done a very good job of stamping that. I didn't press it down very well on one of the ends, but hold on a moment. Let me just quickly ink this up, you know, emboss it. Okie dokie. I love it when the heat gun suddenly warms up and it just suddenly, as if by magic, the embossing powder suddenly turns from like a powder into like an enamel. Kind of looks magical when it happens, I think. Okay. Right, let's hope that this is going to look good on here. Because if not, I don't know quite what to put on there to actually finish this envelope off. You know, when it's coming together so well and then suddenly you hit this like stumbling point and you think, oh, what does it need? And sometimes, you know, you just can't kind of get it to quite finish it off, can you? Can't quite get it to come together. But I have just spotted, actually, while I was there, did just spot suddenly I had some turquoise lace. I used this for that project for Louise Heinzel, and yeah, I just suddenly spotted this. Oh, I'm thinking I may have to put that somewhere. Oh, that is so scrummy, huh? Oh, that is scrumptious. Maybe that was just the thing I was needing. Again, I realise this is so not everybody's cup of tea, and probably there's like tons of people out there thinking, no, don't put that on there. What's she doing? She's spoiling it completely. But I do just really love colour. So, you know, like as soon as I saw that, I thought, that might just be gorgeous on there. And yeah, as soon as I put it on there, I'm like, oh, I can't resist using that now. It's just so scrumptious. Oh, I've not made a very good job of cutting that out. Again, ovals and circles, my world's worst thing to cut out. They're just not good, are they? I'm actually thinking maybe have that on the back. Maybe a little bit more of this beautiful turquoise lace. Oh, yeah, I might have to do that, to be honest. That just looks so scrummy. And then let me just see. Just got some of this black lace here again. Wondering if we could have that underneath there. Oh my goodness, how scrumptious does that look? Right, let me get my Fabri-Tac. So I'm much better on the back of this. The back is working better than the front for me. And sometimes that's just how it goes, isn't it? Okay. Although I have to say the front's working also much better since I've found that turquoise lace, which I'm just loving so much. Okay. Plenty of glue. Oh, that's so gorgeous. That is yummy, yummy. Right. Press that down. Oops. Now, do we want this? I just wonder whether this is going to tear very well, this lace. I don't think it will because it's kind of elastic, but let's just give it a try. No, I don't think it's going to want to tear at all, actually. No. Because I thought, oh, perhaps we could have a bit more of a rusticy look to it, but yeah, it's not really the tearing kind. Not the tearing kind, is it? Which, that's a bit of a shame. Because I thought that would have looked really nice, you know, a bit more torn and rusticy looking, but okay, let's just go along here. Oh my goodness, I've made a horrible job of this now. Made it look terrible. Oh, I quite like that down there though. So let me just cut this down. Thinking a little bit down there looks good, and maybe just a smaller portion up here, maybe even running down there. What do we think? Yeah, probably up there. So let's just glue this one down like that. Okay, press that down. Okay, just check it's all gluing nicely. Okay, and then this one here. down like that. And then the black flower. Oops. Oh, I don't know now. Yeah, maybe the black flower about there. Let me check I'm gluing it the right way up. Okay, that looks pretty, doesn't it? And then on this side, let's again just take some of that beautiful lace, which just looks so scrumptious, doesn't it? And yeah, I'm thinking actually cut these individual flowers. Oh, that looks quite nice actually. Let me just cut this down. I hope you don't regret this. Sometimes, you know, you cut things off that you think are going to look really good, and then it's like, oh no, why have I cut that off? Of course, once it's gone, you can't reattach it. Well, I mean, I suppose you can, but not easily. Like that. And then let's just see whether it would have something down in the corner down here as well. So, hold on. Okay. Oh, like that. Yep. Love how that looks. Okay. So let's glue this down. There. Like that. And the leaves. I think I've glued this on upside down. Yep. Pretty sure I've glued that on upside down. Oh well. And this one. It is so difficult to see whether you're putting them on the right way or wrong way up, to be honest. Oh, just can't tell, honestly. Just can't tell. Until, of course, then you've glued them and then it's like, oh, I've glued it on the wrong way. You know, then it becomes blindingly obvious. But yeah, when I'm actually doing it, I can't seem to see at all. So I had hoped to obviously get a lot more done than this, but as usual, I seem to have dilly-dallied around all morning and I've only now achieved the two things. I can't even remember what the other piece was, actually. Oh, it was that belly band, wasn't it? Yeah, okay. So that looks really, really pretty like that, doesn't it? Do we want any lace kind of hanging at the bottom? Oh, more is more. Let's do the more is more kind of theme, shall we? Always love the more is more. Okay, right. Get that out of the way. Okay, let's just glue this turquoise down along the top. Okay. Get here. Oh, I love it. Absolutely love, love, love how that looks. And then, yeah, we're just going to have a little bit, I think, of lace going on just under here. Like that. I'll just peel that up a slight bit. Stick this one down. Okay, and then like that. Ah, oh, finally got there in the end. Oh my goodness, that just was a protracted process, wasn't it? Who knows why that took me so long, but yeah, I mean, sometimes you just have to keep going until you suddenly, you know, it comes together. And then it's like, oh, suddenly it's working now. Could have that, I guess, on that side coming out. I don't know, it's probably a little bit on the weird side, but oh, maybe it looks quite pretty. Let's just put it on there. It's something else gone from the desk. I mean, you know, I probably wouldn't hang on to this if I'm truthful, but hey, why waste it if we could actually use it? Why waste it? Again, trying to check which is the right way and the wrong way. Honestly, so hard to tell. Okay, glue that down. Okay. Oh my goodness, that envelope is so scrumptious, isn't it? So let's pull in the measly 2 that we've actually managed to do in this video. So I do apologise why it's taken me so long. I had such high hopes for doing a whole ton of things, which why I did, I have no idea, because let's face it, this seems to be a bit of a habit, doesn't it, taking this long. But let's see the 2 bits that we have done. Oh, just suddenly thought, I wonder if we could have this on here. Oh, we could even have it there in between the bow. Is that weird? Probably a bit weird. Right, so these are the pieces that we've done. So we just did, obviously, the envelope with the stamped images here. Beautiful. And that stamped image there. How scrumptious does that look? And then this one, again, we used that lovely stamped image up there. So yeah, really, really, really love those stamps. So yeah, if you wanted to check them out, obviously I will link the shop below. Again, just want to say a massive thank you to Christina. Thank you again for being kind enough to reach out to me and offer me some of those stamps. They are absolutely scrumptious. So thank you very, very much. I've really, really enjoyed using them. And yeah, I will no doubt be using them quite a bit in the future because they are so, so pretty. So I hope that you like the bits that we did, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys soon. Thanks then. Bye.